Yes, 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 yes. Yes, 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 Good morning. How you feel this morning? I don't know about you, but I feel great. Not now. Let's see. What is this? Oh yeah? Oh yeah, really? Okay, okay, okay. Not right now. Hey, what's up, Rudy? What's up? What's up? Um, I was trying to. Anyway, I was trying to make sure that I forgot how I did it last time. I was trying to make sure that let me see, customization. Is this it? Yeah, I think I got it. I think I got it. I guess who can? Got it. I'm all set, man. Rudy, yeah, this here, Centria. Actually, I remember I used to sell the Centrias. I don't know if you can see it from that angle. I have to go further back. Yeah, I used to sell these, man. Just slow this down, man. They're nice cleaners, bro. It's like everyone have their preferences, you know, like cleaners. People would ask me like, which was the best cleaner to get, and it's like, unfortunately, it's not an easy answer because some people like canisters, some people like lightweight vacuums, some people like machines that have the attachments to it. And what it is, and I keep telling guys, is that you're trading something for something. You know, when you're messing with vacuum cleaners, there's a trade. Like if you want a deep cleaner, like a real heavy duty deep cleaner, you're gonna have a heavier machine to deal with, right? And if you have versatility with it, then it's a plus. It's a plus. If you want lightweight cleaners, the deep cleaning factor may not be the biggest thing about that machine. The whipping it around and lightweight is what you're getting. So you're trading something for something else. And that's, it's like everything in our society. It's just the way it is. But we want it all, of course. So we don't want to sacrifice anything. It's like we don't want to give nothing up. Oh man. We don't want to give anything up, man. What I do like about, I'm gonna put something in the chat that's a question I'm gonna ask, right? Hold on. Let me see. Yeah. Boom. Now this is a simple question, but it's not that simple. Hopefully, we'll see if guys are able to answer this one. Because what I like about machinery, right? If it's made well, it'll be made well. It'll be well for tomorrow. If it was made well today, it will be well for tomorrow. You get what I'm saying? So you have machines that are designed. It's flashy. It could be efficient for the moment, but it wasn't made to last. So it won't survive test of time. Okay. And now if you look back on it, you say, nah, that wasn't really made well, because it really wasn't made it was efficient, but then it got clogged. It was efficient, but it lose suction the moment this happened. It was efficient, but it allowed a bunch of dust to get into the air. So there's certain things that were made well, and if you go 50 years down the road, it's still made well. You know what I'm saying? The way we complain about it is like washing machines. Oh man, they used to make them like this. That washing machine was made well at that time. And if you made that same washing machine today, the way they made it then, it'll still be a washing machine that would outperform. You probably just won't have the gadgets, like the button to tell you, I don't know, there's a beep, maybe the beep tells you that it's, the dryer is, I don't know, whatever the new features are, right? All those new features, at the end of the day, don't substitute a good cleaning. So those are the trade-offs, and either we're not honest about the trade-offs that has to be taken, or we're not aware of them, or something like that, or we're just spoiled. All right, let me see. This is what I got. I think I have to go back into this machine. I have a sneaky suspicion I forgot to put something in, and I hope that's not the case. I hope I didn't forget something. But I have to go back in here and double check. That's just the way it is, man. You can't, especially if it's messing with your head, and then you ignore it, and then and then all of a sudden, and then you're like, damn, I should have. I knew it, but I didn't do it, So along with that belief thing I put in there, it's the same thing. If it was made today, right, would it still be good? Now, there's some things that we made that if we try to make it again, it was bad then and it'll be bad now. Like it wasn't, I'm saying that as if I know, like off the top, like what machine I'm talking about, but I'm just talking about concepts. Trying to think of what was made that was really bad back in the day. Like it was bad. It was just like not good. There's certain games that just probably wasn't good games, even back then. Even at the time, we thought it was good. Like, okay, I'll give you an example. Like B movies. Some people like B movies because they're really bad, and they like it just for that reason. But sometimes, for some people's taste, that movie was bad when it came out. If you make that same movie again today, it's bad today, because if you don't change nothing, you make the movie the same way. It's like, so that now you rewatch it. It was bad when you watched it the first time, and it's still bad today. You know what I'm saying? Now, when I was a kid, I never used to like fish. I thought fish was horrible. I was like, I don't eat fish. But I think what happened with me and fish, I was just trying to see if I was right. I forgot a screw. This tiny little screw that goes by, that hits the back of this power switch. And it was dawning on me. I'm like, damn, man, I think I forgot that screw. And like everything else, if you know that you forgot something, you don't just close a blind eye to it, because it's always going to bite you in the ass, man. It's always going to come back. It's always going to come back and bite you. When you know you should have done something and you didn't do it. And then you're left wishing and hoping, man. I hope nothing I hope nothing comes back to bite me on this one. But you know you should have done it first time. Yeah. This is human, though. We're human. This is human, man. We make mistakes like this all the time. You see this thing in this curve? I'm gonna see if I can get this out. The way I would get this out is I would sand this down and get it. But right now, this wasn't the purpose of this repair, and I had asked about polishing and all that stuff, and they didn't want to do it. I was like, fine, but I still want to give it back a little bit better than it was, you know. I just don't want to give it back, you know. And that's my personal thing. That's my issue. That's my own personal issue about the way I handle Kirby's. Probably specifically because I used to sell them. But I didn't want to give it back and I didn't do nothing about this thing. Hey, Dave, what's going on? Rudy is chilling today. Yeah, Dave, it's getting chilly, man. I gotta do the sweater thing now. It's getting chilly out there. My heater's on though, so it's gonna take a little bit to warm up. Dave, I think I came to realize I might have to come in. I do a lot in the morning before I get here. Between sometimes it's pickups, deliveries. Sometimes I'm dropping off a central vac or something like that. It's because the bank's open at 9. If I have to make some appointment, I would hate to have the shop open and I got to put a sign on the door, I'm not here, and all this other stuff. And I don't have someone that I'm paying to be here in the morning. I have, to cover me like weekends or whatever, but not steady, which I'm going to end up having to do. So I'm in that rebuilding phase right now, Dave. And so anyway, but I'm gonna have to just open up earlier and just deal with that other stuff another time or something. That's all. Because I can't seem to get everything done the way I want to get it done the time I have. That's it. Those are the decisions you got to make. You're in business, man. You know it. You know it. Yeah. No, dude. No, I'm not even going back to those guys. And I gotta get my car inspected too. So that's not gonna mess with my inspection, but I wanted to change the tire. And it's like, you know what? I can't deal with the too much back and forth stuff. I'm gonna give you an opportunity, and that's it. I'll give you a shot. I'll give you a second shot. I'll give you a third shot. The whole idea. You know what I mean? That's it. That's it. That's it, man. So I went to another guy and I was like, all right, just like there's a tire place like a couple of lots down. So I was like, let me just drive my car over there, drop it off. I can have the guy change my tire. I can do an oil change. I can do my inspection because my inspection is due. And the guy that does the inspection is not here today. You gotta bring it back. I was like, come on, man. Oh, and then the day, what I really should have done was give it to the guy I know that does this stuff. It's just that because he's so far across town, he's all the way over there. I just like, God, man. So I'm just gonna give him the business and suck it up and just say I'm just gonna have to. I don't know. Maybe I'll figure something out because my wife's in the same situation with the car and everything. So I don't know, man. You don't want to have to rent something. You don't want to have to rent something. It's just like when my son's here now, I could use his car. He's in school, so. Just want to put a light little polish on this thing. Just a light one, just enough to like get some of the scuffs, not the scuff, but there's some black stuff like soot type stuff on it that I don't like. No, so I'm just trying to just give it a little bit. Normally I would put it on the, I got my buffing wheel, and you just do the whole thing. And and I don't want to get that stuff all over my clothes either. So just a light deal, and I'll feel better about myself giving it back rather than leaving it the way it was. It's my own personal standard. How's that? Okay. I got a Bissell Revolution I'm going to be messing with right now, but I just want to get this guy wrapped up. I washed the bag and everything. Well, hose it down and, put some freshener and just kind of, and so I'm waiting for that to done. Then this will be ready. Where's my thing at? What'd you say here? Yeah, you know what's funny? I have wax for vacuum. I have this thing I was supposed to try out. This vacuum polish from Stain-X. And I didn't try it out yet. It's probably just, for me, I think it's like Armor All or something, one of those things. It's fine. I just want to see how it works and if it makes it look nice. But there's things you can buy at AutoZone or something that people can put on their machines to make it look nice. And it seems silly, right? To want to like clean your vacuum and polish it, but think about it. Just like your cars, right? If you don't try to take care of it, your mentality about it will allow you to let it go bad. Unconsciously, you'll let it go bad, right? So you clean it, you wash your car, you vacuum it out, check the oil, because it's a big investment. So you say to yourself, well, I don't want this thing to break on me, and I need it to go to work and all the other stuff. But really, the same mindset should be on things silly as, like vacuum, your toaster, your air fryer. You just have to keep them, try your best to keep them, because your attitude would be to let it go, just go. And then it costs you more money and then you're like, oh man, I wish I had done this. And really, it's your attitude about it it's just a vacuum. It's just a vacuum. I don't care what I got. I don't care if it's clean. That kind of thing. Man, if this is the same guy, man, look, give me 1 second. Hello. Yeah. Nah, you know what? We've been going back and forth so much, man. Yeah, let's just. Yeah. I'm in a real schedule situation, and yeah. So don't even worry about it right now. It's there. The back and forth is just like, okay. Yeah, man, no problem. Thanks. That was done, Dave. I was just, Brianna said there's too many red flags. You got to just like pay attention. And yeah, that was that. That's that. I'm done. Let's not do that. Man. He's like, we're going to have it today. And I'm like, dude, got me going back and forth, man. I look like a fool. So. More red flags in the circus, Dave. Yeah, Advanced Auto, Blue Magic is good. I use that. I use Flitz because I buy it right through my distributor, so I get it at the business price kind of stuff. So I use Flitz. And it's good. I've used it for years, and it's never failed me. So, you know, now I also have these. I got my big blocks, my compound block. You can see I've been eating this thing out, and so I use that as the cutter, and I use the green one for my polish, my finish. So I'm probably gonna end up just flipping. You can see how far down I've run this thing. This is my little final polish thing here. I have a few. This one is a little bit more rougher. You see how tight the threads are? And when they come, some of them, I think this one came small. This one came small. But the regular size I use is about this big, this round, you know, on the big buffing machines. And when I just want to do a little quick little zip, 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 I use something like this. And then I do that. Yeah, that's what she said. That's what she said. She said more red flags in the circus. Brianne was on it. She said there's more red flags in the circus. And you know what? And if something happened, who would I blame? Who would I blame? You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so Dave, I got something in the chat. I have it pinned at the very top of the chat, right? You appear to be a wise individual. How's that? Okay. I think I'm just gonna assume that, Dave, because our conversations have been pretty good. So you tell me, right? I was talking about how machinery, if it's built well today, it'll be good tomorrow. Just like value, just like think about hard work, right? Will hard work ever? Do you think the way we look at the world, would hard work ever be a thing that will ever be played out? Like it's never. No, I don't think so. Me personally, I think hard work will always be the edge. Obviously, you want to do things smart, of course, yeah, right. And that's also will always be, a thing. Wisdom is always going to be. Experience is always going to trump, But there are certain things that you think is a good idea, and then it's like, nah. Think about like the volcano sacrifices, right? Whatever culture did that, they thought it was a good idea at the time, right? Now we look back, it's like, you know what? No, that's probably not a good way to get the rain to give you a good harvest or something. It's probably not. Yeah. And I don't know, maybe some of you guys know of a way that is a thing. You're like, wait, man, I'm telling you, man, if you do it, maybe it works. But right now, today, with my current knowledge, no, sacrificing a virgin or somebody in a volcano is not going to make you have a better harvest. If you have a better answer for me, let me know. Well, I sent him a message that he's the winner of it. So we'll see, we'll see if he's able to, to get it, I only hold on to the winning stuff I'll hold on to it for about a month, and then I'll put it back up. You know how when people leave a vehicle or something at someone's auto shop, that happened to me, man. And after a while, it's like you abandon it and they'll sell it. That happened to me, man. I went to court. I learned my lesson. I was so busy, and the guy kept telling me that what he needed, he couldn't get a hold of. So what I really probably should have done was it was an expedition. I should have taken it out of the shop and said, all right, forget it then, You can't, but he was stringing me along, saying, okay, I'm trying to find a part. And then I was also too busy to pay attention to it, because he dealt with all of our shops. All of our cars in our shop. So our vans, because we hit the road so much, they were always in this person's shop, like constantly. We sent our stuff over there. So I sent my stuff over there. It was sitting over there. So I ended up buying another vehicle, so I can keep making money. I can keep moving. So he's working on my I bought a Tahoe, I think it was. So because I needed space in the back to have all my equipment, and then I have enough space for salespeople and me and all that stuff. So I just left it there, thinking that, okay, he'll let me know. So I'll check back with him. Hey man, how's it going? Oh no, we can't find it. I was like, all right, no problem. Take your time. I got another one. And then eventually I got something that he's trying to get the clerk to say that you're gonna sell my vehicle or whatever. And I was like, I went to court and I was like, at the end of it, I was like, I don't even care about the damn truck. Go ahead, man, make your money back. That's what my brain was. I'm not gonna get stupid over this. I'm not gonna get stupid and go back to him. I'm the one that made the mistake. I should have taken the damn thing out of the thing, or I should have just said, fine, I'm gonna sell it for parts. Or, hey, how much would you want to buy it for, man? I don't want to deal with something that the parts are so hard to find, or whatever it is. I think I need to get a whole new engine, and he was looking for a good deal on it. And I think the transmission was messing up too and all that stuff. So I really was done with it. I just regret not making any money from it. That's all. That was the only regret. But if you leave stuff too long in people's if you leave stuff too long, people are liable to sell it. So I don't know if you work like that, Dave. Quality will always withstand time. You're absolutely right. I think so. But there's certain ideas, so that's tangible things, like a quality, like certain recipes are that will last. Recipes will last. We're the ones that kind of fudge with stuff, like wheat to make bread. I think there was a guy saying that if you go to Italy, the way they make their bread, the kind of ingredients they use, the same effects that you have eating bread here, you don't have there, and And I realized that we do mass production, we do things for mass consumption. So a lot of the quality way we made things are less now, because we're trying to fill this. We're trying to hit a number, and we're trying to do it cheaper, and so, So that quality stuff then is still going to be quality now. It's probably even better, and but there's stuff that we make now. I don't know if it will get better in the future, or if we're gonna find out how bad it was now, and we're not gonna make it like that anymore. Who knows, man? But I'm still sold that quality is better. My neighbor told me, he says, Wayne, I don't buy a lot of jeans. I don't buy a lot of clothes. But when I buy one that is very good. It might be more expensive. And I don't have to keep buying them over and over again. I spend a little bit more now, right? Because I want it to last, and I want to have a good quality thing. And there's a lot of people who they live by that. They're not going to go the cheap route no matter what, so they'll just probably wait and then, get the quality thing they want. But a lot of us, we want stuff like so fast that we're willing to sacrifice to get the cheap. And some people, they feel like they shouldn't spend this much money, so they don't buy the quality stuff. I guess it's just like it's probably just going to be what humans have to deal with over and over again over time. We can always afford to do things right the second time. Ford Expedition transmission went out. Yeah, dude. The moment, Rudy, the moment my warranty, I don't know if it was magic. I don't know. No, actually, no, it wasn't warranty. It was payments. The moment I made my last payment on that Ford Expedition, the next day, the transmission went out. I pulled into a customer's yard to do some business, and I couldn't pull out. I couldn't reverse. And I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. You know what I felt like? I felt like there was a guy looking at his, oh, he's like, mass payment. All right, here we go. And pressed a button. All right, let's blow his warranty. Let's blow his transmission. That's what it felt like. Oh my God. But the funny thing about it, a lot of people that I know, they say they go through the same thing. You know, the moment either the warranty is up, a lot of guys when they bring the machines in here, they do that. They say the same thing also. My warranty just went up and now the damn thing's broken, you know? Yeah. Like, you know, like oh, this is the wrong one. You know what? Yeah, let me do this first. Because I was battling this last week, and I found a part. You know what? Let me put the part number in the system, in the chat, or in the description, so people can find this. Because I was battling this thing, and I found it, and I think, was it Matt who told me that I can find this on eBay? And when I went on eBay, because it's not in the schematics of this. So when I went on eBay, I found it and I found the number. And then I went to my guys and I ordered the part. And it's not even listed in the schematics. I was like, come on, man. Make my job easy, okay? Yeah, a commercial vacuum is built. You know why I think a commercial vacuum is probably a better route for a lot of people? I think a commercial vacuum is built with longevity and hard work in mind. Commercial cleaners, period. It's not really, to me, a lot of the times I've been guilty in the past of saying that a lot of the commercials are just, the difference is just a longer cord. Some of them are, but I think the majority of quality commercial vacuums, quality ones, or cleaners, or anything of that nature, it's built with longevity in mind and roughness. It knows that it's going to have to go through a grind, okay, in order for it to because now you have commercial customers complaining. You know, think about it. Those guys they buy in bulk and volume. They'll come back because they're going to be burning through these machines. So if it's not built strong and with quality, they'll hear it. Okay? Residential vacuums are kind of a consumption thing. A lot of, people don't really look into the quality machine they're going to buy. Some guys just buy it just real quick to whip. They got an apartment and they'll throw it out and buy another one on Amazon real quick, no big deal. So that mindset is different from a business mindset. That commercial guy that's like, he can't afford for this machine to go out because his money is on the line. Okay? A resident will just buy it because I just need something real quick to clean my house. And then after the next iteration of it, the next one, then it's like, listen, honey, we need to get something that's good quality. So a lot of those guys will scale up. They'll go from a cheap, a little bit more expensive, and then when they get settled, they say, hey, we need to go into something real good. That's the majority of people. A few of them learn from their parents, or maybe they worked at a place where they're like, no, I'm going to get a quality machine in the beginning. But that's the small percentage of the population. The larger percentage is just buying based off of commercials or convenience. Is that music still going on? Is that what's happening? That music's still playing in the background? I didn't even notice it. And so yeah, so commercial machines, for the most part, I think commercial machines were made, like I said, with longevity in mind. Let me just make sure I have this thing listed properly, guys. Give me a moment. Let me start typing this. And if you guys have any questions, you can let me know. Are you involved with Monroe Vacuum? Is there a Monroe Vacuum in South Carolina? No. I'll look into that. Get out of here. Is there really a Monroe Vacuum in South Carolina? I didn't know. Do you know what's funny? Not even funny. Somebody tried to claim my company on Google about 3 years ago. 2 years ago. I wonder when they opened up. Someone tried to claim my company. Said that my domain name and all the other stuff was theirs, right? And I had to send Google like, proof I had my business since 2011 and all that stuff. And that's nuts. I'll look into that, Dave. I had no idea. There's a Monroe Vacuum in South Carolina. That's very slick. That's very slick. Because I didn't even know there was a Monroe in South Carolina. Is there? Or is that their name? A family name, maybe? The Monroes, I just named it that because it was in Monroe. Like I saw a Monroe Hardware. My shop, my sales office used to be next to Monroe Hardware. And when I was thinking about the name for this place, I just thought about Monroe Hardware. Monroe Motors is a car dealership down the road. So I was like, yeah, let me just do Monroe Vacuums, and supplies or whatever. So that's where the name came from. It wasn't family name or nothing like that. Hold on, let me get this in here. I want to list this properly for you, for someone who want to get this. Give me a second, guys. So just bear with me while I do this. I'm gonna do it now. Yeah, I'm gonna do it now because this is if I have a tough time finding this valve handle fluid. Not everybody is as savvy as some of you guys that would already know about this stuff, because I wasn't, and I was in the business. I'm in the business for Bissell Revolution Pet Pro. Okay. All right. Give me a second. Let me put the SKU number in here. My apologies, guys. I should have done it already, but it was just like a minute ago. I was like, you know what? Let me do this one on the show, because we were battling this earlier. So I said, let me just make this what we're gonna do. Okay, so the number, all right, 1626491. All right. Okay. Okay. So this is like a $10 part, like $9.50 or something like that. Okay. And I'll put it up there. A $9.50 can save your machine that you spent $300 on. Imagine that. Is that something, man? And I'll fill in. I don't even have a picture of the thing yet. Let me see if I can pull it up now. If I can pull it up. 1626491. Okay. And let me get a link And what I'll do is I'll post it inside the description. Let me get a checkout link. So if anybody's interested in the valve, it'll be in the description. Copy. Did I copy it? Copy the link. Copy. All right, and let me put it in the description, and I'll get to your comments in a second, guys. I just want to make sure I have this in the description here. Edit, title, description. Okay, so let me put under Monroe Vacuums. I'm going to put valve, and then I'm going to paste the link. Bissell valve. Let me put Bissell Revolution valve. All right, boom. Okay, it's in there. All right, so this valve is in here. So when we so the problem with this here was the problem with this is that the valve broke. So the moment the person put the tank on here, the water was coming out. We weren't sure what was happening, so I had to take everything apart to kind of figure it out. And we finally, after we got all the way down to here, we figured out that the valve was broken. Okay, so we thought, and here's a funny thing about it. The problem is down here, and the evidence of the problem is down here, but the cause of the problem is up here. And so you have to kind of follow where the evidence leads. And sometimes it's not easy. And when a person don't work on these things, it's not just, you don't figure it out. Okay. Really? Let me do that. Let me do that, Dave. Let me see something. I'm gonna Google it. I'm gonna try to find this right now. Let's see what we have. Monroe Vacuums. Not even Vacuums and Supplies. Now mine is here. I'm Monroe Vacuums. I'm at the top, right? I'm Monroe Vacuums. That's my website, contact and all that. This is my shop area where Google. All right, those are my reviews on Google, which is good, man. I'm pretty good. I appreciate that. I definitely. It says I'm located in the license plate agency. This is, I guess I don't do this enough. It says I'm located in a license plate agency. Now, the license plate agency is in the same plaza, but it's not in the license plate agency, okay? All right, let me see if I can find this South Carolina person now. MapQuest. Vacuums and supplies. You know what I'll do then? I'm going to put Monroe Vacuums, South Carolina. Let's see what we have. Monroe Vacuums, South Carolina, SC. Let's see if we find that. It still comes up as me, though. And it could be because of my search, what do you call that, algorithm thing, where it's going to still give me my search. But I put Monroe Vacuums, SC, South Carolina, and I still see my company. So I'll look into it, man, because, yeah, you never know. And I wouldn't want that. I wouldn't want someone to be, and if that happens, I mean, what am I going to do, man? As long as they're not stealing my my company information or whatever, you use the name, you twist the name. They do that. I thought about Hyundai and Honda. I was like, you guys are slick. I was like, hey, what name can we come up with? Well, how about Hyundai? That's close to Honda. You know what I mean? Just follow. Oh man, they do it with movies too, right? Lord of the Rings is successful or whatever. It's like, let's come up with something that's close to it. Let's follow the format. Let's all right. I think this guy got to come off. Yeah, this guy got to come off. Okay. All right. Let's see if we can. Here we go. So now I'm gonna get this apart. I'm gonna pull this guy down. Okay. I'm going to take the old guy off, and we're going to put the new one in. All right? I'm also going to need zip ties. because these didn't come with clamps. They came with mini zip ties because the water is pushing out. If it was coming in, you probably wouldn't need a zip tie. But if the pressure is pushing it out, well, it's not really a lot of pressure, but still, you don't want this slipping off. So I am going to have to get a zip tie. I do have them in the back. And let me get a wire cutter. But yeah, Dave, that's what I think, man. I think there's a lot of, there's certain lessons that we teach our kids that will survive the test of time. But there's certain things today that we are pushing or we believe that is probably not going to survive the test of time. It's, you know, like the way machines can, you know, you know. Wait a second, I'm trying to find. Oh, that's why I did this. I built a little thing because I kept losing my screwdriver. So I got a little sliding thing here, and now I'm looking for my screwdriver. I forgot where I put it. Let me get this out of here. I'm just using a little flathead to. Now, what you can do also, guys, especially if you're going to work on this yourself, you know, it's very easy to forget what goes where. So the moment you take it off, you can just really just insert the top one. If you took off the top, that's a good way. Or you could take pictures of how you have things situated. But the way this works is the water is coming in through here and it's coming out here. Okay? All right? Now the water, this water is not waiting. If you notice here, I think I made a mistake before. I was trying to explain a concept to everybody, and I think I misspoke. So let me take my time and do this right. This water is coming straight out of the moment the tank sits on this right here. The moment the tank sits here on the auto receiver, up top, the little circle, right? It releases the water. Okay, the water comes out, and the water for the upholstery tool comes out right away. It comes out right away, and it starts to go down to the floor. So right? So that's why when I think about leaks, I'm assuming that it's the pump area. That's probably the problem. Okay? I assume that first because I know that the moment the water sits here, the water it's already traveling. The water for the floor, it goes here now. It comes out. You see there are two exits, right? There are two exits. So this one comes out here and it goes straight to the floor without stop. This one goes here and it's waiting for you to press your trigger before it's released to go down to the floor. And what happened, because it was busted, it was just allowing the water just to go down to the floor. It has no, so it was doing the same thing as this. It was functioning just like this. And that's why it was just bubbling over. And the lady's like, I just put it on and the water's just pouring all the way out. It's not waiting for me to squeeze the trigger. And that was the problem. All right. So now I'm gonna sit this back in here. Okay. Well, let me get my zip ties. So the way I'm just gonna sit it back in here and close this up. Really, at the end of the day, that's what I'm doing. See that? And it'll be in here like that. But let me get my zip ties so I can seal this up, and then we'll just put everything back together. And this thing is working like a charm. Okay. Let me see. Hold on. I can't see any comments yet. David, let me go back over and see what you guys are saying over here before I leave. But I gotta run to the back real quick, get some zip ties. Okay. Honda, same name. Wow. I gotta find who this Monroe vacuum is. It might be coincidence. Yeah, it might be coincidence. But when someone was trying to claim, and that might also have been a mistake. Maybe they were thinking, but a lot. But honestly, people do that, and it's what it is because they follow a system they see works, and it's like, well, this is working. Let me follow the same system. And then some people are, like you said, it's just by coincidence, and then some people do it on purpose. You know, we just have to be aware of things. That's all. We have to be aware. It's the way it is. Okay. Yeah. So let me try to get the zip tie. All right. Zippy tie. Zippy tie. Zippy tie. Where are you? Here you are. This one's probably a little bit longer than I want, but it's just gonna have to serve its purpose. It's a little bit longer than I would like, but a little bit bigger, I mean, but it's still gonna have to work either way. Okay. Here we go. I'm gonna put this on the inside. I don't know how this stuff is gonna work with this. Okay, and that is that. All right. So let me put these screws back in. Okay, everybody is snug. Okay. Nice, man. See that? Now we can. Now this guy can get put back together, and we're all good. Everybody's happy. All right. I can get this back. I can get this back. Come on, buddy. We put your stuff back. Here you go. Craftsman for the shop. Hey Dave, how long have you had your shop, man? How long have you had your shop? Yeah. You know the kind of yeah. Okay, folks. So right now I'm just gonna pop this up. Now I want to make sure that this is all the way at the top. This is on max. You see this little spot right here is going to fit into this little slot at the very top. And if you because this is what controls how much of a flow of water you have coming down. So you want to just make sure, especially if you took it off, if you're taking this off, I would say go to the top. and pull it off. And then, or if you're gonna go to the bottom, don't do the whole middle thing. Just don't be unaware of it, because then anything can shift. Like this can slide in the process, like while you're moving it around. So if you forgot where you put it, then you may have a tough time trying to fit this thing back on again. Okay, so keep that in mind. All right. Okay. Oh, let me put this thing first. I'm sorry. Look at me. Look at me. I am forgetting what I'm gonna do. I'll put this Vista Revolution snap on. Snap this guy in. And then snap this guy in. Now, imagine this. Before I guess we had really been able to properly refine plastics and stuff like that and do it right. I can assume that something like this would have been made of metal back in the day, you know? Like this metal would have been real metal, like aluminum or, you know, whatever. Just think about that. That would have been the case. Oh, I see what I did there. Okay, so we have this guy in, okay? Now we're gonna have to put the screws in. And these all just snap in, but you just have to make sure that they're all leveled and you know, snap it in and right and all that good stuff. And then you put the screws in. That's what I'm doing right now. I just wanna make sure everybody is hugging. And these two guys in the back here are meeting properly. So I'll put some screws in the side, screws in here, and I'm gonna good to go. So I'm gonna move this to the side for now, but I'm just want to put the screws in to hold it in real quick, and then I'm gonna move to my next unit, and I'll wrap this guy up in a little bit later on. So I'm just gonna hold it together because I don't want it to come apart again now that I've. Okay. So I have to go in and I have to put screws in here, screws on the inside, and get this locked down, put the handle in and all that good stuff. You know, this along with the there's a little, here it is right here. This guy. Make sure, wait. Yeah, this is the way. Okay. This guy goes down in here. This guy snaps in here. And then you have that goes in here, okay? Which is this baby right here. They snap on the side. And then you get your little screws and you put your screws right in here and you're good to go, all right? So I'm gonna move this guy to the side for now, but right now the job is done on this, okay? So I have water. The idea is this water shouldn't move until he's spilling until I press the trigger. So right now everything is settled because it was bubbling over here. It was bubbling over here. Okay, so everything's settled and we're good to go. 2004. Oh man, awesome, man. What got you into that business? You know, what got you into the business? A Craftsman leaf vacuum. Nice. I had a Hoover leaf vac, but it's not really a vacuum. It was like a sweeper. You know those big. You know the big. It's big and you push it. It looks like. I don't know how to describe it. Let me see. I could probably pull it up. That's the one I used. Let me see. Hoover. I think they stopped selling it though, because I tried getting one. It may be no, it's they're talking about the commercial tool. Leaf blower. No, I don't want a leaf blower. I want a leaf vacuum. We were able to get these for a while, and then I couldn't get them anymore. The blowers. Let me see something. Hoover leaf vacuum. Leaf sweeper, something like that. I forgot the actual name. Let me see. This, let me see if I can find it. Picture, image. Something similar to this. Actually, this. Let me see if I can show you. This is the one that I was using. And we were selling this out the store for a little bit. And you just brush it across. There's no power to it. You just roll it across and pick up the leaves. Picks it up like a vacuum. And I have to double check and see if they put it back in stock because I haven't had any requests for it. Oh, word. Oh man, that's cool, man. That's a cool niche. That's cool, man. Race car. Let me get this one out of here for now. I don't want to put anything else behind me. Race car fabrication. Chassis. That's awesome. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. I got a whole lot of respect for anyone that can do automotive. I have a ton of respect for that. You know, service is, you know, when the service doesn't go well, then yeah, you have other issues. But the know-how, it's the same. That's why I have respect for it. You got to have the same mindset to find a solution and fix and get and quality of work. You have to have a standard that you hold dear to you. And then when you notice that you spread that standard out, it's the same standard you're going to expect. It's the same thing. It doesn't change. You know, having a standard of work ethic and all that stuff. If it's gonna work here, it's gonna work here. If it's gonna work here, it's gonna work here. If it's true here, it's true there. If it's true here, it's true there. That's just the way that is. All right. So I have an Electrolux I'm working on, and it was a two-part problem. The first part of the problem was the motor there was no power at all going into the motor. The same problem that happened a couple of weeks ago with the reel. And so I fixed that. Motor's working. But now the power is not making its way down to the head. So I figured, all right, maybe let's do a little reset here, see if that works. That's not working. So I'm going to have to go inside this thing. But before I go in, I want to go with the obvious first, which is, let me just make sure that the contacts here, let's just make sure that these guys underneath this little cover is still in place. So that's my first check. So I'm going to check here first. So let's see what we have, okay? That's my first check. I need something very thin, almost like a knife. Just that knife, you know, you have to be careful because you don't want the tip of the blade to break if you actually use a blade. You need something very stiff. If you do it, you just have to be very careful and do it away from your face. Don't flip it this way. Flip it that way. And see how simple it was. It popped right out. There's just a little cover. That's a little cover for that so I can expose the screw. All right. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we have. Okay. All right, so Dave, I got one for you. Okay, so this is intact, see? So this is intact. Because you know what? The fact that it has to keep doing this, which I really don't like. I don't like that design because you really do put it in a situation where it can break. It can, and I've seen these rip a lot. Like they'll literally slice. But right now, I can't think of another way to do it right now. Oh well, no, actually you can because a lot of even I think Kenmore, I think the way Kenmore does it, Kenmore just have the wiring come out the side and up here. Electrolux have the wiring going through here, trying to make it a sleeker look, but you risk that, okay? But that's what it is. I'll tell you this, man, David. Even the business you're in, I just love the idea that you can literally carve out. You can carve out a section in the market. You can carve it out and find yourself right in there. Like you have race cars, you have auto shops, you have auto body shops. I remember when I first tried to get into the business, right? I was doing Kirby before that, and for about a year or so, I was just selling Kirby's on eBay and stuff like that, about 2 years. So when I left, I didn't do nothing else, and that's what I was doing. Boom, boom. I was pumping them out of the house because I had a bunch of trade-ins, and I had a bunch of inventory, right? So it kept everything going for a whole year, just doing like that. And then I said, let me start reaching out and talk to who's the next guy in town, right? Because I just didn't want to get back into the road again. I didn't want to hit the road again. So I was just settling my brain to say, hey, I could probably do a brick and mortar type deal, I was like doing that. And I went to a guy, and he wasn't really nice about it. And I was trying to see if he ever outsourced any like his refurbishing work, right? And he's like, why would I do that? I was like, that dude, man, I was just trying to make conversation with you. So I was trying, why would I do that? But so then it's very easy to think that a body, a repair shop or auto body place or whatever wouldn't subcontract their work. And it's like, no, they would. There's a market, cut out the market and slide right in there. I think that's so impressive, man. Because I try to do it in that way. You can turn any, especially here in America, man. You can turn any part of the economy into something that you can do. You just need to try it, man. Just have the courage to try it, and the tenacity and the persistence and the work ethic to go at it and do it. But yeah, it's possible. That's why I'm really like irritated with people putting limitations on whole groups of people about their ability to do things. It's like, get to it, man. Try something. There's a lot of opportunities out here that it's like we're moving away from the basic skills that I can do something with these, right? I can design something, I can build something, I can fix something, I can reconstruct something that's already here, I can refine something. I mean, I think that will never, hopefully that never dies. Hopefully. Because even if we have robots and AI and stuff, you're gonna still need someone to service these things. I don't know. Maybe they fix themselves. Maybe, I don't know. But you can't get rid of humans, man. Hope not. Hey, all right, Rudy. We talk to you later, buddy. Wow. Wow. That's cool, Dave. I need that mindset, man. I need that mindset because I am moving. And maybe what it is, Dave, is that I'm doing a lot of this on my own, and I know that I know for a fact that you need a team to do things bigger. I know that. Um, I know that. My team is really about 2, 3 people, but it's not like all the time, right? But I know that that's my own thing that I deal with. But I am not lost on the idea of that, the truth of that. So now I'm going to see where we have a disconnect somewhere. We have a disconnect somewhere because this is what I did to find out what's going on here, right? I plugged this into the unit. The contacts. Let me move this out the way. I don't want to display this info. The contacts between here and here, they're okay. So I don't see a need yet to open up this nozzle yet. I don't see a need yet to open this up because when I use my multimeter, the continuity is working between these prongs inside of here and these contacts on the side. 1 contact, 2 contact, right? Okay, so these work. So these are, everything is flowing, so the electricity should be flowing down, right? And then the next thing I did is I just connected this directly to here because I want to make sure that these guys wasn't a problem, the wands. So let me eliminate the wands and see if I can just connect it, boom, and it work, okay? So it still wasn't working. I said, all right. So now let me open up. Now I have a cheat code. Okay, this is my cheat code. I built this box, right? I use parts from another cleaner so it can kind of reduce some of the current and all that stuff. It's my cigar box. I play golf sometimes, and that's just my little vice. I'll take a cigar on the golf course, and sometimes on a weekend or something, I might pull out a cigar. But so I got a cigar box, and I turned it into a tester for. I turned it into a tester. Now I got to make sure which is which here. Hold on, let me double check. I want to make sure I have the right ones. Let me not do this yet. Let me double check. Make sure my flow is going the way it's supposed to. Golly, what did I move? Where did I put my part? David, you see, I need more of how neat you are at your shop. I need a lot more of that, buddy. I need a lot more of that. So you have hired help, and you learn trade, leave and open up your own place. They try to put you out. Really? They failed. Just me now, welding. I got some body shop help, but not in the fabrication. Wow, dude. Rudy, you have a great day, man. Wow, man. Are you kidding me? I'm glad you're still standing, buddy. I'm glad you're still standing, man. Holy cow. It's you know what it is, man. It's human nature, man. It's human nature. And yeah. But sometimes it's crazy because sometimes you can't even avoid that, because I have a friend of mine who I'm going to end up having to give this business to with my vehicle because I just have to travel. And That happened to him. He brought some folks over here, helped them get started, and they tried to take his because he works with a lot of dealerships. They'll bring their cars to him, and he'll make sure they're good for the floor, you know. And he bought this guy, taught him everything, get him going, and then he went behind his back, tried to take all his business. This is like, dude, come on, man, what's up? You know, why would you do that? You know, why? Anyway, let me get this plugged in and started. I think I got the right one, guys. I think I got the right one. So this is my little cheat code way of doing this. My cheat code. So I would get this. I think this is right. I think I'm right here with these, the left and the right versions of these here. Okay, let me see something. Okay, so I'm getting power to the head. Interesting. Okay. Guess what? Somehow the problem is still going to be, I'm going to have to go in here. Okay. All right then. All right. You see why I built my little cheat code? Dave said, don't create your own monster, man. That is so true. That is so true, man. But I don't know, Dave. Sometimes you can't avoid that. And that's just the risk. You know, churches, pastors go through that. You know, pastors go through it. Companies go through it. If you ever see those guys who try to buy out another company, they started the company. Now they made it public. Now they have a board. Somebody's coming in trying to move the guy out that built the company in the first place. You know, what it is that some of these guys, they mess with people and they don't realize the fight that people have. Like you have if you don't have that grind in you, that fight, yeah, people will just run you over. And it's what it is, man. It's what it is. And that's whoever you, let me see. I may have to change this light bulb. This light bulb looks like it's blown. All right, I gotta check and see if I should have a replacement bulb for this. So I'll move this to the side. I'm gonna get to the bulb in a second because I don't want to put it back in. I want to make sure I give it back with the light bulb. So let me move this out the way. All right, I'll move this out the way, and we'll return to this guy in a moment. Okay, the last one for the show is to find out what's happening inside here. Something in here then is causing a disconnect because I'm reading on my end when I'm looking at the continuity that it's doing its job. Now the way you remove this is you're going to pull this guy out. Give me a second. Let me not use my nail. I might lose my nails. But let me see, Dave. I will always be here. Show up early, stay late, put in the work. Most won't do that. Yep. That is the truth. And that, you know what's funny? That will never die, man. And if it does, there's a price to pay for that. If what you just described ever becomes played out, right? If it really does become played out. Like, think about the basic tenets of like the commandments. I have like the commandments right here, right? Customer came in, gave this to me. I said, man, hell yeah, I'm gonna put this up. Basic tenets, man. You don't have to be a religious person to to say, you know, well, yeah, honor your mother and your father. Thou shalt not kill. Don't commit adultery. Don't steal. Don't lie against your neighbor and say that he did something he didn't do, right? And don't be envious of your fellow man's stuff, that you get to a point where that envy builds up into resentment and you try taking their stuff. That's how the stealing comes in, right? I'm like, those are basic stuff, right? And keeping the Sabbath holy is also taking time, because you can burn yourself out. All right. You can lose the ability to be thankful and have an attitude of gratitude if you don't stop. You can build so much around these tenets. Building graven images right now today, you can be very religious about this concept, or you can just look at the idea that people put pop stars and all these guys, they worship, whether it's money, whether it's looks, whether it's the image of what a beautiful woman is supposed to be like. You can worship that, and then that be false because what's on the inside is worse. So the concepts is going to live on. I get that. I totally get that, right? So if this stuff ever gets played out, it goes downhill. If working hard and showing up early and staying late, doing the right thing ever gets played out, man, that society will suffer for it. That society will suffer for it, okay? And it's crazy that people were pushing, they were doing stuff like quiet quitting and all these fads that they were like putting on people. I'm like, I said, these young people are going to learn a harsh lesson about stuff like that. Yeah, you're going to go to work, you're being paid by someone to do this job, and you're going to purposely not do the job because you're following a trend called quiet quitting. This was a couple years back, maybe 2 years ago. Maybe people are still doing it today. Like you said yesterday, David, they work so hard to look busy and not work. And it's like, no, that will, if that ever becomes a thing, either your business is the one that fails or the society fails or whatever. But no, that should never be a thing. That should never be a thing that we take as a normal way of life. Being lazy, you know, if you want more money, you renegotiate your deal. Don't not. It's like, I don't know, man. Anyway, I'll leave it alone. Because some of these things can irritate me. And I go off in a rant. I don't want to rant today. Some guys probably like, too late, Wayne. All right, I got to see what's happening because something is not. This is very straightforward. This unit here is very straightforward. There shouldn't be any disconnect. Yeah, it shouldn't be any disconnect. Okay, so if you look what's happening, right? You have your neutral and your positive wires here, right? The live wire is going right from the hose, and it connects. Sorry, it connects to these things here. All right. So these are the two tabs. If you notice, very slick the way they made it, though. Okay, so you have one that's coming up from the bottom and is connecting here, and then the other one connects up top here. Right. So you have positive and negative. Man, I gotta cut my nail. Positive and negative. So when you put it in here, very simple design. All right. Let me make sure it's going in without destroying the thing. Okay. So now it's in here, and it's rubbing against the swivel, right? So one is going straight to the white. The white's going straight down, which is the negative, right? So you should have continuity with the white from this side, right? All the way down here without the switch being turned on. The continuity should still be flowing without the power button being turned on because it's not stopping anywhere. It's going straight. So if I test this, okay? If I test this, right? Let me see. Right is right, wrong is wrong, even 2,000 years ago. Exactly, man. Just thank you. All right, that leads into this. If this is correct, if there's no break in this, this should just pan out. These things should pan out. Boom, boom, boom. Right. So let me get a contact here. Let me touch one side of this, and then let me make sure my contacts are correct. Let me see. Yep, that's right. So, golly, man, I'm almost done with this thing. I want to solve this problem because this one is irritating me. All right, so you can see my readings here. Maybe you can see it. I'm gonna try to hold it up. You know, I'm gonna get a stand next time. So when I do my readings, I can put it on a stand right in front of the thing. So we're getting a reading right there. Okay, we're getting a reading. So this should see. So if there was an issue, this would show me that there's no reading, right? If there was an issue. Okay, this is a reading. All right, now I shouldn't get a reading on the other end while the unit is off. I should get no reading because the power is not turned on. Where's the other one? Where'd I put it? It's over here. Here we go. So with this black one, there should be no reading until I hit the power switch. Okay? Let me come on, man. Doing this on a camera is I'm gonna have to get like stands or something. Okay, so I'm touching the thing. That's probably my issue. Is it on? Yes, it's on. It's on. It's on. It's on. It's on. All right. So like this, it shouldn't be a reading. It should be 0 or 1, right? And then when I hit the power switch, turns on. Okay? All right. So based on this hose is fine. Right? We just tested the nozzle. The brush was turning on, right? Okay, well, let's do this. Let's test this again. Maybe I was missing something. Let me hook this back up, and I'm gonna test the nozzle again with this hose because I don't know what the hell happened. Let's see. And the same thing goes, Dave. The work ethics and all that stuff. A person can cheat and get away with something for a second, man. But when all the testing is done, the way I'm testing here, eventually, if you're not a worker, if you're not honest, it will eventually show. It's just what it is. It's just you just don't see it as soon or as prominent as using a multimeter like this. But life is the multimeter. And eventually it'll show up, man. It'll eventually show up. You can't hide for long, bro. If you're not that kind of an individual, if you're not a real worker, if you're not really honest, if you're not real, it will show up. Okay? And so that's why I'm cool, man. If I'm making a channel and the only people that resonate with me are the Davids and the Briannes and all that stuff, at least you know that this is who you're getting and this is what it is. There's not a fake, I don't have a fake persona to get likes and clicks. My quirks and my hiccups and all that shit is that's who I am. And you're not gonna find that, damn, Wayne, I thought Wayne was this way and now he's that way. No, this is what you're getting. And if I don't succeed being this way, then I don't. Right? And I'll keep trying, but I'm not gonna now come up with some false showman type deal just because then you're gonna run into something else. It's gonna show. It's gonna eventually show. So I am what I am. Now, your belief systems may change. I may change my opinions on things and all that stuff. Who knows? We'll see with new facts and all that stuff. But man, I'm gonna always champion the grind. I'm always gonna champion doing things right. You know, um, I'm gonna always champion being the victor and not a victim. It doesn't mean that you don't get victimized. It doesn't mean that you don't get attacked. It just means that I am not going to now cry and pray that you know, like if you stop victimizing me, I'll have a better life. No, I'm gonna. Okay, that's how you are. Okay, great. Well, I better train. I better get better at this then. I better learn. I better get stronger then. I better exercise then. I better do this then, because wishing that you did it less, wishing that you were nicer to me, or wishing that you were, that's a bad strategy. Okay, that's like David. That's like you going to work and you wish that they weren't trying to put you out, or you wish that they weren't trying to do it, rather than you sticking to your script and saying, no, I'm gonna show up every day. I'm gonna stay late. I'm gonna work hard, and that's it. That's what you do. You know, that's it. You know what I'm saying? So that's it, man. I remember the way they used to mess with people's heads about voting. Oh, why you don't vote? Doesn't matter if you vote, nothing's gonna happen. It's like, guy, yo, man, I know there's certain parts of this thing that people try to rig and all this stuff, but don't let no one convince you that you don't have a voice. All right? Don't let them convince you don't. They work really hard to try to pitch to you, because they have to show that the system is working. And if the system doesn't work, people lose confidence in the system. You lose confidence in the system, then it falls apart. So no, you do have a voice, okay? Even if somebody is trying their darndest to rig something, that you do have a voice. Don't let them convince you that you don't. Just like working hard and people convince you to quiet quit. Don't let these people convince you that stupid stuff. All right, Dave, we're going to try this one more time, man. I'm going to try it again. Come on. What am I doing? Oh. Okay. Let's try it again. I'm going to plug this I'm going to plug this bad boy in. Okay? So, from all indications, guys, shit, you know what? The problem could be something else, man. All right, I'm gonna test it. Let's test it. Let's test it. But now I just realized that if it doesn't work, the problem could be right here. The problem could be right here. Let's see. Because everything else checks out okay. We see that the head can receive power. Right? Let's see. Let's test it. Let me move. Let me go. Let me move this guy back. And put this guy shot. All right. Let's try it now. I'm gonna go directly to here. I just cut out. I'm cutting out the I'm cutting out this guy on purpose. All right. Let's try it again. I'm gonna turn this on, and then I'm gonna turn this on and see what happens. Fantastic. Honestly, you know what? It may have been the reset. It may have been a reset, but it wasn't responding at all. It wasn't responding at all. Let's try it again. Sweet. Well, you know what? Honestly, I would have preferred to go through all of that, okay, to make sure to find that there was nothing, than to not do it, return it, and then you find out there's something. So I traded this extra time for certainty. You know? And sometimes you're gonna have that's part of the journey. Okay, so all I really have to give me another bulb. I have a drawer bulbs in the back, but that's it. We are good to go, man. Hey Dave, man, thanks for hanging out here, bro. Guitar Jazz, bro. Let me see what Dave says. Guitar Jams, don't go anywhere. I want to read Dave's comment real quick. Dave said, first time seeing you in 3 minutes, I knew you were the fire inside. Oh, man. Really? Dave said that I knew you had a fire inside. Really got me out of a deep depression. Made me realize doing right is still important, even if nobody seemed to notice. Damn, Dave. Come on, man. You got to stop dropping things on me like that, bro. You got to, well, don't stop, Dave. You know, it's funny. We all need somebody that reminds us that, yeah, keep going, right? Because, yeah, I mean, I don't have a whole lot of views and all that stuff, you know. And that's fine, man. I'm doing, yes, would I like? Yeah, sure. Why not? Who wouldn't, right? It's okay. But this is positive, bro. That is extremely positive, what you just said right there, man. That is extremely positive, man. I gotta screenshot that. And I have to, let me see if I can save it in my thing. I'm gonna hold on to that, bro. I swear, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate it, man. Now, Guitar Jams, I'm on you now, buddy. Now I'm on you. Let me open up my. Oh no, I gotta open up my my thing. I am on you. You are the winner of the drawing. But I need to explain something to you, and it's not a big deal. Real quick, just give me 1 second. I gotta paste this so I don't lose the screenshot, because I want to hold on to this. They just dropped a jewel on me, and I want to keep it. Like, people say negative things all the time, and you hold on to that. And a lot of the time, sometimes the positive thing someone told you, it's easy not to hold on to it. It's easy to forget it. But this one I want to hold on to. Okay, Guitar Jams. So, speaking facts, great. How you guys doing today? Back is looking right. I won. Yes, you did. Congratulations, Guitar Jams. Yes. That's beautiful, Dave. I can relate when I first came in. Really? Thank you so much. Appreciate it, fellas. Hey, so Guitar, go back to the contact that when you contacted me, and send me your shipping address, okay? Where I can ship it to. Now, this is what I was trying to explain. I wanted to, and the box is good. The box is good. Let me show what I got. All right. Because let me check one more time. I wanted to actually order one right from the company and have it shipped, but I've been locked out of not locked out. They were under construction. Let me show you what I got going on up here. So I'm like, gosh, if I'm gonna get this guitar, I'm gonna have to end up. This is my tab for my service site. So when I get onto Bissell, our site is currently unavailable. We appreciate your patience. Apologize for the inconvenience. Please check back shortly. All right, so they're going through some maintenance. I think they're redesigning their website and all that stuff. So I can't order fresh, but it's new. It's never been used. Okay, the only way I use it is by showing it off. So I'm gonna ship it. I'm gonna pack it back into the box, and I'm gonna ship it to you like that, rather than the way I had promised that I wasn't gonna do that again, because I did that the last time, and I really had regrets because I didn't ship it in its original box, and you know what I mean. I didn't, I'm like, I had the right intentions, but I didn't want to send the wrong signal about the way I do business. I didn't want to send the wrong signal. You know, I didn't want to make it seem like it was bootleg. You know what I'm saying? So if you're okay with that, I will ship it as is. If not, then I would end up waiting. You let me know. You tell me what you want me to do on that. Okay, great. Positive. All right. Positive, man. So so this is the size of the box that comes in. Okay, and the box is still in good condition, right? So I'm not gonna, so I don't have any need to change the actual box. Okay, because last time the box was too busted, and I ended up shipping it in a Hoover box because that was more of a secure box, but it looked it was like bootleggy, you know what I mean? And I'm like, I don't want to do that. That's not a good representation. Okay. Yeah, it's the drum. It's the drum. It's this one. So this is gonna go in that box with the attachments and the hose and and all that stuff. The hose is gonna be inside here. So you're gonna have to open this up and in here. So when you open the box, you're not gonna see the hose. It's gonna be underneath the filter, okay? All right, but that's it, man. You got one of these, buddy. Congrats. Now, next, after this one that's coming up, I'm gonna let you guys know we're at the end of the month, so I'm going to make the official. I'm gonna make the official rules. It's probably gonna be the same rules, but I'm gonna make the official rules again in the first of the month. I'm gonna let you guys know already. Dave's already in because Dave, the rules. There's certain things you can do to get into the drawings and stuff like that. Whether you super chat, you donate to the channel, you get a couple of things in, and Dave had a lot of chances, but guitar jams, man, you have the we call it luck of the draw. So we're gonna do another one. But I have a garage vac. I got a garage vac. It's still wet and dry. I got one of those on my wall in my garage. And I'm going to put up the steamer. But I think the beginning of the year, the next quarter, this is the last quarter. It's supposed to do one every quarter. That's really what I want to do. I want to do a giveaway every quarter. But I felt it. I was inspired to put this one up. So really, this drawing wasn't going to happen. This one here, it wasn't going to happen. I was going to wait until the end of the year and then do the steamer. Okay. So I'm still working things through, guys. All right. But this garage vac, the one that I have, I'm going to put that up. Because I enjoy this. I really do. Let me see something. I enjoy that. And I want you guys to I want someone to have a chance at it. What it is, it has the hose gotta be 50 feet. I think it's a 50. Let me look it up. I think it's a 50-foot hose. And I put it on my wall. It's a wet dry deal, just like that one, but that's you could roll that on the ground. This one is it's on your wall, okay? It has a 50-foot hose, so it has parts and attachments and wands and all that good stuff. So so I don't have to wheel the unit out to my driveway. I just pull the hose out, and it goes all the way out to my car. I vacuum out the car and all that good stuff. But let me see. Let me verify how long the hose is. Hold on. Give me a second. Let me let you see what I'm looking at right here. Okay. Let me see. This is what I'm looking at. Let me see. Okay. I want to see. Okay, so it's called a Garage Pro. It retails for $226. Okay, shop without 10%. All right. It retails for $226. Let me click on it. Right? And see that? So, it has a wand and all that. You can still use it for, cleanups and stuff like that. But this is what it comes with. I want to see how long this hose is right here. Okay, let's click on that picture. I want to see how long that hose is, but I think it's 50 feet, man. But you hang this on the wall, you get all your attachments. All right. Let me pull it down. Let me see. Oh my gosh, come on. I went out again. I'm trying to see if I can read the specs, guys. Give me a second. Let me see how long the hose is. If they tell us. And I forgot. That's what it is. So you have to. Oh, it's 32 feet. I'm sorry, man. I thought it was 50. This garage vacuum's 32-foot hose allow you to clean large areas from car interiors to workspaces more efficiently and without missing a spot. With multiple attachments, you can navigate all the hard to reach areas. So that's going to be the next one after the steamer. Because you guys use shop vacs and all that stuff. I figured that one would be cool to have, man. I just like it because I have it and I like it. So. Okay, all right, David. I'll catch you later, man. Man, I can't say thank you enough. When I started coming here, I knew you were a good man. I just wanted to see your channel explode. Yeah, you know what? Guitar Jams, yes, man. I appreciate it. We get our occasional trolls coming here and there, and that's what it is. But that's fine. But I think for the most part, everyone has been positive, man. I really need this vac too. Really? Been having a dirty house and I need my computer cleaned out. It's been a rough spot for me. And so it will be cared for. That's good. Pray to the Lord David gets that shop vac, knowing David is in the trades. Yeah, man. Yes, sir. Well, hey, I am going to see you guys later. Okay. And like I said, send me your contact so I can get the shipped out to you. Okay. And that's it. We're good to go, man. And that's how we do it here. Okay. That's it. I'll be back tomorrow. But yeah, I have a lot of wrapping up to do, a lot of machines to fix. I've been behind since I was away for the weekend. A lot of my stuff got backed up and a lot of customers brought a lot of things in. So I am going to have to sign off and double time my work. All right. So I'll see you guys later. Guitar, don't forget, contact me and I'll see David later. All right. Well, I'll talk to you guys later. I'll be back tomorrow. All right. Stay positive. Okay.